Morning, morning, morning. I said yesterday. Yesterday I was late. I left out a little late and I couldn't go live. But today I left even later. I left even later, and no excuse. I left even later, and I said, well, even though I left late this morning, let me come on and go live anyway and say hello. Not only say hello, but say, whether you're going to work, you're going to school. I don't know what that was, but it sounded like something was in the tree. I don't know if it's a monkey, because they say it used to be back in the day. See the tree right there, back on the street right here where I'm at right now. There used to be a bunch of monkeys in the trees in this area. So I don't know if they still around. They got caught or what. But anyway, but I heard something in the tree. It could have been an iguana. It could have been anything. I don't know. But anyway, I want to come on and say, today is Friday. Watching this later on. Today is Friday, and a lot of us that work, look forward to, being off for a couple of days, 2 days really. And if you be able to work Saturday and Sunday, then you know, enjoy. More power to you. But either way, today is another day to do whatever you didn't accomplish yesterday. If you set out to accomplish something yesterday and you didn't fulfill it, you didn't do it. Today is another day to try to get it right. Try to do what God called you. Do what God woke you up to do. Do what God woke you up to do. You know, be a blessing. Use your gifts and talents to add value to someone that's looking for it. That's looking for it. Your skills, your talents, your voice. You know, share it. Be willing to share it. Be willing to give it, and be a blessing to someone else. So, and one thing about being late, when you're late, be late. Be late. You rushing. You rush because I actually forgot something anyway. I forgot my jacket. So either way, forgot my jacket, and it's gonna be cold. Where I'm gonna be at in the office, it's gonna be cold. So, but in the building, but because I have to work it out because left out, and I was up on time. You get on time, you get up on time, and you're just like, oh man, is it that time already? Is it that time already to get up and go? But just sitting around thinking, meditating, and talking to God. And I say, well, I looked up and say, dang, it's already that time for me to go already. I need to be heading out. I should have been heading out already. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that I have to drive, and it's like right up the street from, not too far from where I'm at. So where I live, so I can just like go get there, punch in, and but not really punch in, but you know, I'll talk more about that later. For those that don't know, I was an over the road driver, and now I drive locally. But we'll talk about more about that later on. I didn't come on for that today, but but yeah, I just want to come on and say happy Friday, happy Friday, and like I said, if you didn't accomplish what you want to accomplish yesterday, there's a whole new day for you to get up, and say, you know what, it's gonna happen today for me. If it don't happen today for me, do it. But small baby steps, the compound effect. Like if you got a jar and you put a penny, even though they say if an outlaw pennies, if you put pennies in a jar or a dime or nickel, whatever, you put them in a jar over and over consistently, in a matter of time, that jar gonna fill up. So that jar's gonna fill up. So you know, show up and walk towards your goals. Walk towards your goals day by day, and build it brick by brick, action by action, and you'll get there. So I don't know how long. Let me see what time. Because I got to be there at 8 or 7. Okay. Well, we should be all right. We should be all right. 7:30. I'm almost there now, so halfway. You can say halfway there. So we should be all right. But I wanted to go back and get my jacket, but and those that watch for a while, I got a little electric scooter, and I didn't want to ride that either. Let's say, look, exercise is good. Like I said in my earlier video this week, that you should walk at least 150 minutes a week. So I think we pretty much done that. I'm gonna do some more walking in the morning, maybe Sunday too, because I gotta go to church Sunday. So, but go to church Sunday and maybe walk before I go. We'll see. I don't want to lie to myself. Because most of the time on the weekends, you want to sleep in on the weekends. You don't want to get up, especially if you don't have to. But I may do it because I'm not too far. Where I live at, I'm not too far from the beach, so I might get up and walk to the beach early in the morning. We'll see. If I do, I'll go live. And I'll share with you all the sun rising. It's a beautiful sight. If you've never seen it, if you don't live close to the beach. That's the other thing too. It's like when you have something that's near you, like, the guy was sharing it with us. He was talking about Motown. He's from Detroit, one of the ministers from Detroit. And he was sharing that, hello, how you doing? Good morning. He was sharing that he lives in, he used to live in Detroit. And he said he never been to Motown. I say, well, how you live in Detroit? You never been to Motown. But the same thing with me. People say you live in South Florida and you don't go to the beach often. So it's the same thing. So it's like having something close when you don't have it. Because people that don't live here in the state, not from here, they go all the time. You see them at the beach. They be there every day. So just appreciating what you have and being close to what you have and knowing what you have. Then taking advantage of it. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great. Hope you had a great week. Hope you have a great day, a blessed day. And if you didn't, like I said, if you didn't accomplish what you didn't accomplish yesterday, today's a new day. So put whatever energy, negative energy, whatever. If you had a bad day yesterday, a terrible day yesterday, focus on the day. You can't do nothing about yesterday. Yesterday is gone. Yesterday is gone. So focus on the day, build on the day, and know that it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Whatever you want is possible. So with that being said, let me get off of here. Let me see. I'm almost there. I said I'm almost there like a while ago, didn't I? I got time. I can talk a little bit more. I got time. We almost home. But yeah. So I'm kind of, you can tell when you can tell when you're out of shape. That's why I say it's good to walk, because if you maybe you can tell, maybe you can't tell, but I'm kind of tired now. I'm kind of getting kind of tired, kind of windy. Good thing I'm at a stop where I can stop and take a little break. And I'm not even like they say you should walk with brisk walk a little fast, but I'm not walking that fast, and I'm still kind of out of breath. But how's everyone doing this morning or this afternoon? What's up? Oh shit! Oh, thought the car was coming. I don't want to get ran over on live. That'd be terrible. That wouldn't be very good. Look like the car was coming. But and these people down here, they don't care nothing. They don't care nothing about hitting you. They'll hit you and keep going. And that's sad. They don't care nothing about you. Walk across the street. Like usually the pedestrian has a right of way. Supposed to have a right of way. But the people will run you over. So yeah. Anyway, we almost home. Put this on the back. But it's a nice day too. It's a nice day. The sun's not really out yet. I'm sure it's gonna be out later on. But I was thinking about. I was thinking about yesterday was Thursday, and I didn't really do a throwback Thursday yesterday. But I was thinking that, and I said it during the live, and I was live yesterday. But I had time to think about it too, and I'm like, if, and it's a if woulda, coulda, shoulda, I would say woulda, coulda, shoulda, if was a fifth, and all that kind of stuff. But you can't change certain circumstances in your life. Once certain events happen, and you make a certain choice in your life, you can't do nothing about. You can't do nothing about whatever penalty you got to face, like with some DUIs. And I had in 2003. I was hanging out down in Miami, and just to share a story with you, but I was hanging out down in Miami, and I was with a friend, and she kicked me out. And so I always said that sometimes when things happen, you wanna I talked about blaming people yesterday, playing the blame game and blaming other people for your situation, whatever you did. But I was thinking, like, did I blame that person, or did I really say, hey, it was my fault? But I kind of did both. So I had time to reflect on that last night and think about that yesterday, and say, sometimes you gotta put the onus on yourself, because I didn't have to be hanging out and drinking the way I was drinking and partying the way I was partying. And even if she did kick me out and tell me to leave, I would have been fine to drive. So I was thinking about that yesterday. It's kind of crazy that because that kind of turned and transformed what I was doing at the time. I was real estate at the time, and it kind of put me in a situation for a while. Put me like what I'm gonna say. What kind of word I'm gonna use? I was down for a while. I had like fines and fees and court costs, and partners that I had in real estate didn't want to be my partners no more because of what I had done. And it was just a mess. So I say that to say that it's still the onus it's not on them for telling me to leave. The onus is on me. The onus is on me for not being wise enough to like Clint Eastwood say a man got to know his limitations. A man has to know his limitations. But 23 years ago, looking back now, everything happened for a reason. I can't say everything. I don't even want to say that either. I don't want to say everything happened for a reason, because when you make a mistake and you go against God's plan, that don't happen for a reason, because that's not God's intention for you. So I can't even say that. I can just say that, being able to bounce back and not hold that and sleep and fester in it, and being able to move forward is a blessing from God, because that wasn't God's plan for that to happen to me. But the fact that I was able to turn things around and not fester in it, and that's my point. Like, you don't have to. We all gonna go through something. We all make mistakes. We all fall short. But the point of the matter is, when you make a mistake, or when you fall short, are we willing to are we willing to are we willing to take responsibility for it? Are we willing to learn from it? Are we willing to grow from it? And are we willing to tell God thank you in the midst of whatever we're going through? So happy Friday. Have a blessed Friday. What time is it again? Let me see. Oh yeah, it's almost 7:30. I'm good. We here. We here pretty much. So I'll talk a little bit longer, but we here. But and thank God for being able to walk and talk and share. And for those that came on live, those that be watching the video later on in the day, I appreciate you. I hope you have a blessed day. Hope you have a great day. On God's purpose. Be thankful. Be thankful. That's all I can say. Be thankful, because I'm definitely thankful. Definitely appreciate everything and everyone that has been a blessing. It says that, man, kind of close, buddy. It has added value to my life. I just said that. I was just saying that, people don't care. Like you know, there's no reason why he has to be that close to me. And it's all this road right here. But yeah, you see the sun starting to come out now. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. That's the lotion, because I put lotion on this morning. That's the lotion kind of like drizzling down my face. But anyway, you see the cement trucks. I can't really show you. I can show you, I guess. But yeah, cement trucks behind me. But yeah, and the difference between like a CDL, having a CDL, you can go all kinds of different directions. In the beginning, you got to do some time. So you gotta work with somebody else for a while, unless you know somebody that has a truck. And you gotta, the insurance company. I said it before. The reason I'm talking about CDLs is because I work as a CDL driver, so that's why I'm sharing that. But you have to have your license. Those that might be interested, you have to have your license. For insurance company won't hire you. It used to be 2, I think it's 3 now. They won't hire you unless you have your CDL for a certain amount of time. The insurance company won't hire you. The company may hire you, but the insurance company won't cover you unless you have your CDL for a certain amount of time. In most cases. And so I remember when I first first got them. This is one of the places I came to try to get a job, try to get employment, and they wouldn't hire me. But they'll hire me now. So, and that's a blessing within itself. I'm trying to show you one of the trucks, but I was too far. But let me see if I can see one to show you. But you've seen most of you probably seen the mixer trucks. That's what it is, the mixer trucks. So, but yeah, see the roach coach. Can you see the roach coach? Roach coach over there. and that's a great little hustle too. How to come out and sell the food and everything. But yeah, thank God for no matter where you're at in your life. Thank God for what you're going through, where you're at. Where you're at in your life. Because regardless of where you're at, somebody can have it better, somebody can have it worse. But just think for your journey, because it's your journey, not nobody else's. And your journey, you walking your journey, you walking in your walk, is divine, and it's God's purpose. Because you can't, whatever you have to be the blessing to somebody, whatever you got to share with somebody, can anybody else share that? So, hold on, see the trucks? Can anybody else share that? So be thankful. There's another one coming down the street, so you can really see this one. But can anybody else share that? So be thankful for where you are, where you at. See, Super Mix. See? But yeah, Super Mix. That's the name of the company, Super Mix. And then they got C-Max. They got Titan. I actually work for C-Max, but I didn't work. I worked for C-Max. I didn't work in the mixer department. I worked in the block, delivering the block. So that's much better than much better than driving a mixer, because when you drive mixers, and I don't know how I got on the topic because I'm talking about Friday, but information is information. Maybe you can use it, maybe you can't. But for those that follow my channel that know that drive, expired to drive, that follow my channel, that been following me for a while, I'm sharing this with them. And but yeah, mixers, the mixers, you're gonna have a set schedule. That's what I was saying. You have a set schedule. You can go in at night, early in the morning, at night, whenever. Like, it's all based on seniority. And with the block, you have a set schedule Monday through Friday. Some Saturdays, sometimes you work Saturdays, but basically work 7 to whenever, like maybe 5 if they're busy. Sometimes but you keep coming back to they don't have any more loads for you to pick up or deliver. So, but it was good. So anyway, I think I talked long enough. I just want to basically come on and say, have a great Friday. Regardless of what you didn't accomplish yesterday, you have another day to do things, to make things right, not make things right, but to put forward the step, put forward the effort to do what you want to do. And it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it will happen for you. You just have to believe it's gonna happen. So with that being said, be safe, be blessed. I'll be seeing you. I'm out. Peace. Oh, dang. Tell somebody you love them because you never know when you're gonna go. Tell somebody you love them because you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when they're gonna go. Kiss the ones you love. You never know when you kiss them again. And also, a kind word, a kind gesture can go a long way. Do some kind to somebody because you never know how that kind word or that kind gesture can change somebody's life. I'm a prime example of that fact. That's a true fact. A kind word, kind gesture changed my life. So if you do that and do it for the love of your heart, I guarantee you can be a blessing to somebody. So with that being said, be safe, be blessed. I'll be seeing you. I'm out. Peace.